Hey, good morning everybody. How you doing? Mark here. Today we are doing a trail that I did a number of years ago. And in fact, I really screwed up the hike that day, and that I did 2 segments of the Ice Age Trail. I didn't mean to. I was just getting started, just knowing the Ice Age Trail. And yeah, I kind of screwed up. Instead of doing a simple 6-mile hike, it ended up being more like a 20-mile hike. It was ridiculous. Lots of birds around here today. But I'm doing the Brooklyn wildlife area section of the Ice Age Trail, and they've been doing a lot around here. I mean, if you look behind me, there's like piles and piles of wood. You can see all the area has been really cleared out. But it's only a certain portion of it. Oops, sorry, you guys are getting blinded by the sun. It's only a certain portion of the trail that's actually like this. It's not going to be like this for the whole trip, at least I hope not. It's been, what's it been, almost 5 years since I've been on this trail. So let's see if anything's changed. I know that this, like I said, it's the Brooklyn Wildlife Area, and there are other trails through here. We are going to stick primarily to the Ice Age Trail. I think the first time I was here, when you go up this trail here, you know, can you see the sign? Yeah, there's the sign. When you start your trail and start going around, you'll come to an intersection. You can go, I think it was right or left or straight. The Ice Age Trail actually goes straight through. I ended up going left, then circling around, coming down on the Ice Age Trail, and then making the right-hand turn and going up on the other side, on the east side of the park, and then re-met with the Ice Age Trail and then followed it up. I'm not doing all that today. I'm just going to stay on the Ice Age Trail itself. So let's get going and let's see if anything else has changed other than all this cut timber. I gotta tell you though, it is a little cold out today. I'm gonna think I wish I'd brought my gloves, but I didn't. Okay, so stats for this portion of the Ice Age Trail. Let's see if I can remember them all. 3.4 miles is the total length, and like I said, that does not include all the little side trails, which I'm going to delve more into the side trails a little bit. The hill difficulty is a 3, which for some reason almost all of them are ranked a 3. I don't know why. And then I think the trail difficulty, you know, on navigation and stuff like that, and rocks and roots and stuff, is only a 2. So it is a very well-groomed trail, well kept. The trail is maintained by, I think it was the Friends of the Brooklyn Wildlife Area, along with the Dane County Ice Age Alliance chapter. So yeah, this trail would be pretty decent. So I started on the south end of the trail and I'm walking my way north. I think in the guidebook, it starts the trail on the northern end and then tells you things about it starting at the northern end. But yeah, I'm just kind of a little backwards that way. About a little more than a mile in, there is a water pump. Again, that's starting at the south end. And then about another half a mile in is a beautiful overlook. And last time I was here, I was able to sit under a tree, eat a snack lunch with just a beautiful overview of the moraine that's across the valley. It's really nice. It really was. Yeah, wow. Being that it's getting to be spring, as you can tell, the trees have not started budding just yet. They're still pretty bare. But that's a pretty cool tree there. But the birds are starting to come back. I've been seeing robins and stuff like that. So usually the robins returning are a big thing around here. I mean, they're our state bird. So yeah, to see the robins coming back, that's nice. Gosh, it's been so long since I've been here. I don't remember the trail very well. You know, my guidebook actually said that the ground can get quite muddy after a rain or during the spring thaw, but it's actually been cold enough over the last few days that the ground is pretty solid. I can definitely tell there have been marks in the mud here. But this morning, yeah, it's nice and solid. It's partially frozen. So how's everything going with you guys over the past week or so? My week has actually been quite busy. My wife and I were out looking at a camper. Oh, I got some people running up on me here. Hey, how's it going?
Good.
My wife and I were out looking at a new camper, or at least we were trying to. But suddenly my son texts, says he can't get the faucet to turn off. And I kind of told him, well, you got to kind of wiggle the handle and, you know, do this and that. He goes, yeah, I tried that. He goes, I think I tried it a little hard because now it's leaking out of the little ball hinge area of the knob. It's like, okay, well, get under the sink, turn off the water flow, you know, from the valves under the sink. And we've been fighting with that sink for quite a while now. It's not shutting off properly and whatnot. So my wife and I had to go out and buy a brand new faucet. You know, it is what it is. But then we went to go make dinner like just a couple of nights later and turned the stove on to preheat it. We were going to have a meatloaf or something, maybe it was meatballs. But turned the oven to 350 to preheat it. Half hour later, it still was not up to temperature. After a half an hour. So I took a digital thermometer and I put it in the stove and I looked at the temperature. It was only at 250 degrees. So, needless to say, I think we have to get a new oven. So most likely, in my next cooking video, you'll probably see our new oven. So that's what my week has been like. New faucet, new oven. Okay, so I came across that first intersection, and when I first came here, I went down this way. The Ice Age Trail goes straight across towards that snow right back there, and then the eastern side of the trails go off that direction. Again, I'm staying on the Ice Age Trail, so I'm going to go that way. Okay guys, so right at the top of that tree up there is a robin. See if I can zoom in on it here. Yeah, that's our state bird right there. That's a robin. Probably looking for a mate this spring. All right, look at this. We got a bench to sit on here if we need to. Although I have to admit, that's the view from the bench. Pretty much overgrown thistle and weeds. Just a lot of underbrush. A lot of underbrush. Don't know what it's supposed to be looking over, but at least they give you a bench here to give yourself a break. So if you're wondering about my backpack, it's just a standard kids school backpack. And the only thing I have in it, other than extra batteries for the camera and stuff like that. Oh, okay, this is supposed to be, again, there's a trail that goes off this direction, okay? That's just a little spur trail that goes to private property, okay? Remember I was telling you about there's going to be other trails and stuff like that? That's all this is. It's just a spur trail to private property. We do not take those trails, okay? Even if you're here visiting, I mean, you can see the house probably through the trees right over there. But yeah, you just do not take these little spur trails that you'll see. But to my backpack, the only thing I've got packed today, other than camera gear, is just a couple of bottles of water. I have learned my lesson not to continue and take the Monterose segment after I'm done with this one. So I only have, yeah, a couple bottles of water and no snacks. I should be able to do this in just a couple hours. All right, so you guys see the pattern of the yellow blazes there? The one on the top left, or sorry, the top right, indicates that the trail actually goes to the right. So you do not follow this, which I think is actually just a animal path. We're actually going to go off this way. So make sure you turn right. And then my other piece of gear I have, of course, is my jacket. It's my North Face Pill, which gets pretty warm. But right now it's just above freezing. I think it was 35 degrees when I got out of the truck. So yeah, it's a little chilly yet this morning, but it's supposed to be getting up to, I think, 65 today. So I'll be losing this probably by the time I get to the end of the segment. I'll probably lose my jacket and stick it in the backpack. All right, here's another trailer intersection. Oh, and look at that, they even gave us a map. Okay, so we are here. Anyway, the yellow arrow tells us to go this way. So to the right. And shortly after that right-hand turn, we're going to go left. And then shortly after this intersection is our water pump. All right, guys, there's the water pump. I'm going to assume that it works because there's water down here in this little drinking bowl for animals. So let's see if we can get it to work. All right, let's see if we can get this thing to work. Yeah, there you go. That's good water. Like I said, I don't need this right now. I got 2 bottles in my pack, so. But yep, works. They even give you a lab test result here, right here on the pump, so you can make sure that it's safe for you to drink. Excellent. And as you can see, I already unzipped my coat. So we've been steadily climbing the hill for a little while after that water pump. Actually, just before the water pump. Now we're gonna, this is a little bit of a valley here, and then it goes up this hill. Yeah, keep going up the hill, let's go. That was a decent sized hill. Oh, I could use a little break to catch my breath. It's been so long since I've exerted myself this much. My last few hikes have been on railroad systems. So just not used to coming up, you know, a 200-foot rise. Whew. All right, that's enough. Let's go. So yeah, this segment has definitely been a lot more hilly than I remember it, but it's given me a good workout. And you'll notice too, I do not have Missy with me. I just don't think she's been trained well enough yet to be with me on the hike. She'll be wanting to sniff every tree and pull me ahead, and it's going to be kind of hard to do decent filming with a dog consistently pulling on me, you know what I mean? My plan is to have her come out with me at some point in time, but it might be another year or two before I feel she's ready. We'll see. I might give her a trial run maybe on our next hike. I don't know. Again, we will see. Access restricted to foot traffic only. Yeah, if you follow the trail this direction, it'll take you to a parking lot. That's what the blue blaze is on the tree over here. You might be able to see another one on the tree down there. But that is a spur trail to go to a parking lot. Well, we should be getting to the Overlook pretty soon, and I am definitely losing the jacket. I am sweating under this thing. So we should be getting there soon though. Alright guys, so I've come up to this little intersection here. We got a trail going off to the right, another trail going off to the left, but I'm not really seeing anything for markers as far as, you know, telling me which way to go. There's no sign or anything like that, no post with an arrow. I'm coming around to look at the one on my right, and I'm looking at all the trees and stuff, and I'm not seeing any blazes. I turn and there's one on the side of this tree here. And then I look up the hill, and on this tree up here, there is a yellow blaze. So we need to go up the hill to our left. Kind of a nice view overlooking the valley. I've actually been seeing a lot of this lately. It's a turkey that's digging up the ground looking for worms and stuff like that, roots that they can eat. I've been actually seeing a lot of sign of that. So I bet you there's a lot of turkey here. All right, look at this. This is our overlook over here. They give us a bench right up here. Look at that. Look at that awesome overlook. Let's go sit down and have some water. Oh, yeah, time to take the jacket off. Oh, man, that's a warm jacket. So that tells me that's got to be over or getting close to 40 for me to be sweating this much. Look at this view, guys. Now the far ridge that you're seeing over there, basically the horizon line, that's a moraine. And what a moraine is, it's a deposit of rocks, sand, dirt, debris that the glacier picked up, and that was as far as that glacier went. And as the glacier melts and erodes and moves at the same time, yes, a glacier does have a flow rate, okay? It does move and flow just like a river does. So the new snow that's way up north pushes everything else forward a little bit. But then everything on the southern end is like continuously melting. So all the sand, dirt, debris, rocks and stuff that the glacier picks up slowly moves its way down south, and then it will get dumped at the end of the glacier. So that horizon line over there is a moraine full of just debris, dirt, rocks, sand, all that stuff. It is really cool, and you can just follow it all the way around the horizon line. That's awesome. But I'm going to sit here, enjoy the view, and have some water. Okay, that glistening blue you see coming right through this area over here, that is Story Creek, and it actually flows and follows this dark brown path. That's all growth around the creek's edge. And as you can see, there's also a trail that kind of starts leading down towards it. There are fish in the creek, so it's a good fishing spot. Yeah, I know it's a beautiful view, but we need to keep moving, guys. Yeah, just coming on the walk just to do this, even if you don't finish the rest of the trail, this is just a great, great view. All right, so coming from our little break spot over here, the little overlook, we are going to go down this hill and we're going to follow the path across this little prairie section. All right, so coming down the hill here, down here at the, I don't know, lower middle of the hill, it actually got quite muddy and I actually slipped a couple of times. You know, put the foot down and it just slid on me. So be a little careful when you're going down that hill. All right, here is another spur trail that goes off. Actually, it's not, I can't really call it a spur trail, I guess. This is actually a wilderness, a Brooklyn Wildlife Wilderness Trail. It's one of the ones that I took before. In fact, this is the trail that was going on the west side of the park. And then I came back up, went up the hill and took my break up at the top of the hill up there when I was out here, what, 5 years ago. But we need to keep going straight. Another little trail going off to the left this time, going off down that way. But again, we keep going straight. Well, here's another bench you can sit, see what the view is. Nice. Nice little view. Now we took our break right on top of the hill. That's just through the trees over here. That's where we sat and took our break. All right, so the ground down here is a lot marshier than it was before. So I'm going to say that we're probably in the low part of the valley. Oh, look at there. Oh, that goes to prove it. There is a small little drainage creek. Probably runs underneath all this grass. All through there too. Doesn't really seem to be flowing much at all though. But, you know, it's a water source. So if you actually needed to, you know, if you ran out of water by this point, you know, when you filled up at the pump, but you needed water, you can filter this stuff out. Of course, I have no idea how good that water is, you know, how reliable it's going to be. But right now it is. All right, going back into the woods again. Again, you see a trail that goes off that way. There is a parking lot down here, but it says public access easement, which means that you are allowed to use it and the landowner has given permission. So yeah, we're right on the verge of someone's private property, and you can hear that that reverse beeper going off. I can actually hear, oh wow, this area is really muddy, really quite muddy. Sticking to the side of the trail as much as possible. Yeah, all that right there was all nice soft mud, and it keeps on going. But yeah, we're on the edge of someone's private property, and apparently they farm. So to hear that doesn't surprise me. All right, so I'm looking over here and I'm seeing another trail cutting through. Again, not our trail, okay? I don't think that that's, I don't know if that trail there is on private land or not, and if we should be using it, or if it's actually the wildlife land. I don't know, but we're going that way. That area by the farm, after that public access easement trail to go to the parking lot, after that it got kind of muddy, which my guidebook said that the trail can get muddy, you know, during or after a good rain and the spring thaw. So it doesn't surprise me that it was like that. But, you know, it's just one of those things. If you don't like walking in mud, you know, if it bothers you, you don't like getting your shoes dirty, then, you know, give it a couple of days to dry out after a rainstorm, okay? It's no big deal. And I do remember from my last hike on here, I was very much inundated with mosquitoes during the trip. So if you're coming out here in the warmer months, I'm pretty much saying from April and probably through October, wear bug spray. You're going to need it. Right now, it's late March, and the bugs have not been bad at all. I really have not seen anything. Okay, so I can definitely see why they gave this a 3 hill rated difficulty. It is quite difficult. A number of hills, some of them are pretty steep, and there's quite a few. Some of them are tall, but most of them are decent. but usually it's just that they're steep. Okay, so first time I saw that, check it out. That is Coyote Cat. That's the first time I've seen it. I've seen dog prints, but I just kind of assumed that it was, you know, somebody's personal dog. But that's the first Coyote Cat I've seen. Cool. There are some around here. Anyway, my trail book, I believe, said that from the northern road crossing to that Overlook where we stopped and had a water break, it's 1.3 miles. And I've been hearing cars, so I think we might be getting close. Oh, here's another trail crossing. So yeah, it does say follow the blue blazes to parking lot 0.2 miles, I think it says. But again, we are not going that way. We're going to go right and go down that way, keep on following our yellow blaze. Oh wow. I set up the camera just to get me walking down this long path, and I came across a lot more Coyote Cat. I mean, that's quite a bit of it right here too. Like I said, they're around. Oh, I love it when it does this. It's in there walking in trees and then it just opens up to a nice big prairie view. I love it. That is nice. You can hear some waterfall down there. Oh, and look at that, they even give you a little bench to sit and admire the view. That's awesome too. And that's quite the view. That is very much quite the view. All right, this looks interesting, but we're going to follow the trail that goes off to our left here. That may have been an old trail, or maybe it's just a Department of Parks or Natural Resources type path or something like that, so they can get a vehicle down through here. But again, we're going this way. Well, it looks like the Trail Alliance people have been out here fairly recently, and they mowed down all through the side here a lot of the stuff, like this stuff here, probably reaching out and over the trail. So they came out here and mowed it down. Yeah, so as you can see, guys, there's been quite a bit of snow on the trail, and we've had some pretty warm days to where most of the snow in the area has been melted. But there's enough shadow area here to keep it cold and keep the snow around. Awesome, guys. Check out this. Check out this boardwalk. They've even done recent repairs. There's a fairly new board back there, another one up here, and it just keeps on going around, which is good because this is just like a swamp area. So I'm glad to have the boardwalk. Again, something I'm noticing is there's a lot of like cut down debris laying across the trail. So it looks like they came through and mowed down a bunch of growth. kind of open the trail up a little bit more. I recognize that house over there. Not that I know the people that live there, but that's the end of the trail. Okay guys, here we are. We are at the end of the trail. This is County Highway D, and this is the end of the Brooklyn Wildlife Area. Just across the street is the start of the Montereau segment, which I accidentally hiked the last time I did this trail. And it's really weird because you see the house over there and the trail literally runs right alongside of their property line. It feels like you're trespassing, but you're not, okay? Everything's good. County Highway D is a fairly busy road, as you see with the car going by me, but it's also not horrible in the sense of, you know, you might get hit by a car, but you know, it's a road. Look both ways when you cross the road, right? So yeah, Montereau segment is on my list to do this year. And what I want to do, told you it's a busy road. What I want to do though is I want to start on the northern part and come south, because they have a dispersed camping area up in the hill up there, and I'm going to actually camp overnight in that DOC area. So I'm looking forward to that. But I want to finish with this segment and say that it was a great trail, great wildlife, lots of birds, and we're just getting into spring. Not all the birds have returned yet. Again, wear bug spray in the warmer months, and the trail conditions can vary from rock to sand to mud and dirt. So, you know, be mindful of that when you come out and walk this trail. All right, well, with this last truck passing here, I'm going to say, this is Mark saying thanks again for watching. I will see you guys on the road, and it might just be across this one. All right, see you guys later. Bye. Okay guys, so I am done with my hike. I'm headed back home, but I just wanted to make a quick video on, you know, what I thought of the trail and stuff like that, and experiences I had. It was a very busy trail today. I probably saw maybe 20 people. And I think when I was out here, you know, a few years back, maybe I saw 5 people, maybe. So yeah, it's definitely was busy, and you know, it's expected. You know, this is a really nice day in early spring. You know, people want to get out and enjoy the day. So yeah, it wasn't a shock to see that many people out on the trail. I had a great day. That is a wonderful little trail. Just so much to see, and the wildlife, the birds are just amazing. It is 3.4 miles long, and so I went all the way out there and then turned around and came all the way back. So that gives me a total of 6.8 miles, but I'm also giving myself another 0.3 miles to account for me setting down the camera, going out, you know, and catching me walking to or away from the camera, and then going back to get the camera, and then continuing my hike. So yeah, there's times where I'm getting 3 times the distance covered, because, you know, going out, coming back, going back again. And yeah, I ended up screwing up too. I was talking with about 3 people at the end of the trail that I met along the way. One lady asked how many miles of the Ice Age Trail I've done, and in my delusional state of mind after that extensive hike, I told the lady that I've done like 600 miles. And it's like, that doesn't sound right. So I actually had to look it up to figure out, you know, how many miles I've actually done. And up to today, I only did 197.3 miles. And then I added the 6.8 plus another 0.3, so I'm 7.1 miles today is what I'm saying. I didn't have my GPS with me to give me the exact amounts. I'm just kind of guesstimating. So at the end of this trail, at the end of today, I am at 204.4 miles of the Ice Age Trail, not 600. I've probably covered a lot more than 600 total hiking miles, but just not on the Ice Age Trail alone, you know what I mean? So yeah, I want to apologize to those few people because I told them about the channel and stuff, so I'm hoping you guys are watching this video. I was way off on my total amount hiked, so hope you guys can forgive me. Well, I'm going to go off and enjoy the rest of the day. I got to get home to my Poochie dog, get her on a walk, believe it or not. And then I'll see you guys on the road. Bye.